Let's go. I might post in the Discord at some stage and see if there's any openings people want me to attempt to play here. Alright, let's mix it up as well again. I'm not sure if any of you guys play like E3, but I'll play an E3. Just to see what my opponents do. Sometimes also we kind of misclick and accidentally go E3, so I'm willing to do that regardless. I could immediately go D4. Could immediately go Knight F3, they probably push. I think, why not? They're allowing me to go D4, I'll go D4. Even though on move 1 I could have gone D4. If takes, I'll probably just take with the pawn. Okay, so they're immediately weakening their position. I guess they're expecting this. So the thing is, I think a lot of people might do this as well, even at this rating range. They might literally just see something like this happen and say, I'm going to give them a check, and this is going to be really bad for them. Unfortunately, in a position like this, straight away you get G6. And then, actually, it's not good, because after the queen moves back, they might then push over here. So I think I will actually simply just take this and just say I'm up a pawn right now. They can probably win it back, but I kind of like this for white already. It's got to be like at least +1 something. Apparently this is called an England Gambit Decline reverse French variation. Interesting. Alright, so they're attacking my pawn. Funnily enough, a move I want to play anyway is actually just Knight F3. That also guards the pawn, so we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. If they go Bishop B4, I'll probably go C3 again, kind of like some of the other Englands we played against. And then Bishop D3, maybe target the pawn on F5. I'm not quite sure yet, but I don't feel too much pressure here so far. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go Bishop D3. Might as well target the pawn. It's probably not the correct move here. We'll see. If they go there, okay, so they're going to give me that pawn. I think they want to develop. I don't see any blunder if I just take this, because they're either taking with the queen or the pawn. If they take with the pawn, it's a bit weakening, I think. It'll be a target for me. And if they take with the queen, so what? I don't really see it. Doesn't feel like much of an issue for me. Alright, now I'm going to simply continue to develop. I really don't see any problems. This is in the back of my mind, of course, because if this pushes and the queen was there, maybe it's an issue. Could consider this stuff. You know what? Just bring out the knights. Maybe Bishop D2. We'll see. I'm not sure what their plan is. Okay, so they're just going to bring that in. I don't see that being a problem for me. And they may blunder as well a queen at some stage if they're not careful. I should probably just take that. I think I will just take this. And then I'm probably going to castle. Because of some potential blunders that may happen. I'm going to castle. We'll see. They could definitely go very wrong here if they're not careful. Okay, that's not the move that I was worried about for them, but here's what it is. I can actually push this right away too. Basically, if they had pushed F4 for some reason, I would have gone G6, winning the queen. Or winning the queen over there, depending on what they did. But we don't only want to go for hope chess, so we might go here, and after takes, I'll take back. Because if the queen takes, I can then pin it, and I think I'm okay with this too. I don't think bishop h2 is an issue for me right now. I will simply do this. And if takes, queen takes, and there, I think I'm also chill with that. I'm happy to open this up. I'm happy to trade stuff off. I am currently up a pawn, and if I'm maintain up a pawn, I'm pretty good. No concerns. I'll just pre-move this, just in case. They may take my queen, I'll take back with the rook. I don't even need a pre-move, we'll just do it slowly. There's a lot of time in these games. And yes, maybe they're calculating this, I'm not quite sure. But obviously, the idea is after queen e4, I just pin it and win it. They'd be getting 2 pieces. Okay, so that's unfortunately still pretty much the same blunder. It's actually worse, because at least in the other case, they get a bishop for a queen, so the queen for a bishop and a rook, I believe. Here, they actually don't get it at all. So I take with check, so it's a forcing move. They are forced to basically take or to move their king. So it's either, okay, so it's not a piece now, unfortunately. Now it is actually the full queen. I just pin it, and if they block, I simply take. So this is a bit of an opening blunder by them. So yes, they'll probably take, and if they do not take, regardless of what they do, like, this might be an interesting try. I don't think it does anything, though. Sorry, in my head, they could go there and then go back if I took with a knight, but that doesn't actually make any sense. All right. They play the move I kind of expected, just give it up. And here we will just keep our advantage. We're not going to do anything silly. What we might do is start trying to take away some squares from them, because why not? I have to be careful of them going here, of course. So maybe I start with something like bishop e3. And if they go bishop g4, I don't see this as a problem, honestly. Even if they trade. Main threats I have to be careful of for my opponent is somehow if they get a rook in. Okay, they're going this way. I don't really see this being a problem once again. I mean, I can take a pawn if I want to as well, but I think I won't. I'm going to play this patiently and slowly. I could go here and here, though. Alright, you know, I will go here. No, I'm going to go here because I have a feeling one of their main ideas was actually to go bishop g4, which they will not be able to do if I go there. It does allow this, but I don't think that's a threat, really. Not a serious threat. I could even possibly come around this way, but that's a bit slow. I think rook d8 would have been better, at least attempting to set up the same discovery that I did on them. You know, likely I wouldn't fall for it. Okay, I'm not quite sure what they want. So I'm not gonna, I feel like a lot of people might like play a move like this. Not, you know, not necessarily you guys, but sometimes people do kind of freak out when pieces start clustering towards the king, but I don't really see the threat yet. So I'm going to continue simply playing moves. Just going to bring this guy over here. Oh, that's his idea. That's actually not a bad idea. I think he wants this. So I'm going to go here. Why am I going to go here? Because I want to allow myself to go there too. Okay. I do have this now, though. I also have this. Actually, I'm going to go here. This is probably the trickier move. I'm just going to take this pawn, guys. Nothing else to it. No, they're trying to get some counterplay, which is obviously what you want to do. If you're losing on the board, you may as well go get counterplay. All right, they did blunder the game. It's not checkmate yet, but it's losing pretty much everything. They have to block. They have to block with this, and then I actually just take this and also then proceed to take the rook. So take the check. Hebrew. I will not be deleting my account for 5 subs. This is an authorized speedrun account. Alright, nothing to it but to do it. Just played something slow just for a change. I decided to mix it up with e3. When they go something like e5 after e3, I figured it's okay just to literally push d4, because why not? 200 subs. Oh, look, to be honest, bro, even though 200 subs would be nice, I'm definitely going to have to stick to actually just playing this, because this brings more value to people than 200 subs. Hello, what's up, sir? Yes, we're up to 564, Mr. Brentos. This is a slow run account, bro. This is an authorized slow run account. So I'm just going to basically get up to about 2,000. Still going, but we already claimed her. Which event? Oh, the thing in the other game you were playing. Nice. Hell yeah. Brentos, thank you for the biddy, my friend. Alright, let me quickly get through this analysis. Not too much to it. I think I explained it probably pretty well during the game. Yes, so knight f3, it just allowed me to develop and protect the pawn that they were attacking at the same time. So pretty straightforward there. Knight d7 doesn't seem right. I mean, the thing is they don't have knight f6, but I think maybe you got to try something like this. It's already quite weakening. Or you got to try to get rid of this pawn right away. I have a feeling g6 is probably the right move. No, apparently not. What about this straight away? Okay, just try to trade it off. This pawn is a bit of a hassle for them. It's preventing them from going like this. Pretty massive today, 411,000 views. Oh, geez, bro, that's a lot of views, man. A lot of views. Sounds like a big stream. I don't really watch many streams, so I don't really know what's kind of normal out there. Crazy stuff. Brent, biddy, well-earned biddy. Thanks, friendo. Alright. So yes, they developed that way. I guess it is hard to play. They went d6, but I think it's at the wrong time. I think they should have done it beforehand. Give fair enough time for explanation, but sometimes position 100% K9. And sometimes I'm also maybe not talking about what my opponent should have done in positions 2 during the game. Yes, like I think they should have played d6 earlier. Here, you know, when I was setting up a threat here, sorry, after takes, the only reason I took was, I didn't really like that they're bringing any pieces towards me. It was not necessary, but I decided to take on the off chance. It was like hope chess, but hope chess that doesn't affect my position. So that's the only time that I'm at this stage going to play kind of like, it's not really hope chess. It's like remove an active piece and doesn't damage my position to allow them to blunder. So after I castle, had they gone here, I was going to go here. And then this would have been attacking this, and had they gone like this to block, I would have taken this way. So it didn't damage my structure, and it was also, I kind of thought they were willing to play f4 at some stage anyway. Yes, here I just try to open it up. Open it up, because if they trade, I'm simply up a pawn, and their king is not super safe, and I can always damage their pawns as well if I want to, which maybe not best, but I don't know. And then they're they blundered it anyway, because yes, after I take with check, that's it. It's cookied like a goosey. Pretty much just clean up crew at this stage and just try not to blunder. I did consider knight g5 first, but because knight g5 and queen d3, but I thought let's just bring out the pieces, attack things, and they might get another blunder on the board. And here, this is actually probably one of the more common things I think at this elo range, is just not having the complete board vision to see that a queen over here is attacking a rook all the way over there. Hello, Leonidas. How you doing, man? Yeah, so I took the queen. Sorry, I took the rook. They pretty much everything is just gone, unfortunately. Everything is gone. Alrighty. Good? Hell yeah. Good to hear. The f pawn move ended up very weakening. So yes, that is correct. Most of the time, especially when you're playing black, I mean, there are some openings specifically where you move the f pawn. This is unfortunately not one of them. So unless you're playing an opening where you know you're meant to move the f pawn, it's almost always going to be a good idea not to move the f pawn in the opening, and most of the time in the middle game too. There's just too many ways it can be attacked. So like, let's just say this pawn was suddenly over there. I'm just gonna make up a random move, whatever. Let's make some moves. Then there are actually ideas of this, like it's just always so cooked. Like when the f pawn is moved, it just weakens the diagonal so drastically. All right. So it takes. Yeah, pretty much that was it. Yeah, the f pawn was one of the biggest issues for them. Thing is, after the f pawn is moved as well, if they are planning on castling long, and let's just say I still had a bishop, there's just so many ideas. So yes, it does kind of cook them here. And then, yes, unfortunately, the game is roasted.